He's really cool with it. Only got some straight with it, like JB, he's really cool with it. How many niggas got put in the casket? He can get shot for shit was cracking. What of my mother more order than static? Line the back, ain't ready to buy.
The offense could have been better in the red zone. Right? Three field goals to start off the game. They should have had 3 touchdowns.
Well, why do we only talk about the Baltimore Ravens when they lose? They were on a 4-game winning streak coming into this week.
True.
So, yes, when you look at them in a vacuum, you could say, oh, the Baltimore Ravens, what's going on? What's going on? They just won 4 straight. Okay. They just won 4 straight, and the Jacksonville Jaguars played the game of their lives. Yes, the Ravens could have been better in crucial situations, but let's not act like this isn't a good football team and say, oh, they can't get it done because these fourth-quarter losses are bad. Marlon Humphrey, we call him All-Pro Marlo. He tweeted out, he said, bad defense leads to losses after the game. And that's the truth. It was bad defense by their secondary that led to that loss. They poured way too much money into that secondary to allow Zay Jones, who is a good receiver, to go off for 11 catches, 145 yards in that game. All those things can be true, but we can't ignore the Ravens when they win and only talk about them when they lose. Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence, he played the best game of his career. The rush was getting time. They were not covering very well. That's what All-Pro Marlo was talking about in that tweet. He's not saying that, hey, the rush isn't getting there. He's saying, we ain't covering. Are the Bills a good football team?
Raven, bye-bye.
Yes. Then why aren't the Ravens a good football team? 4 times, RT. It doesn't matter. The Bills have blown leads too. 4? You can't pick and choose just because you picked the Bills at the beginning of the year.
I'm with you. I think they're one of the better teams. But how many leads do they have to blow before we finally say, you know what? This is a trend that they can't break.
They blew 2 and then won 4 straight games. Come on, man. The offense could have been better in the red zone. Right? 3 field goals to start off the game. They should have had 3 touchdowns. But why do we only talk about the Baltimore Ravens when they lose? They were on a 4-game winning streak coming into this week.
True.
So, yes, when you look at them in a vacuum, you could say, oh, the Baltimore Ravens, what's going on? What's going on? They just won 4 straight. Okay. They just won 4 straight, and the Jacksonville Jaguars played the game of their lives. Yes, the Ravens could have been better in crucial situations, but let's not act like this isn't a good football team and say, oh, they can't get it done because these fourth-quarter losses are bad. Marlon Humphrey, we call him All-Pro Marlo. He tweeted out, he said, bad defense leads to losses after the game. And that's the truth. It was bad defense by their secondary that led to that loss. They poured way too much money into that secondary to allow Zay Jones, who is a good receiver, to go off for 11 catches, 145 yards in that game. All those things can be true, but we can't ignore the Ravens when they win and only talk about them when they lose. Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence, he played the best game of his career. The rush was getting time. They were not covering very well. That's what All-Pro Marlo was talking about in that tweet. He's not saying that, hey, the rush isn't getting there. He's saying, we ain't covering.
Are the Bills a good football team?
Handshake, snake, Tennessee. Let's go. Don't make me jog your memory. I did upgrade you, then upgraded the world. How they forgetting me? Please make some sense to me. How you talking about the greatest creative? Them bands, I want the symphony. 15 minutes, wait next to me. Lately I've been catching plays like it's meant to be. I got rich in the pandemic, meant to be. Don't do too much, I keep it simple. You cloud chasing, trying to make the people feel you. Boys need to slow it down, I'm talking real screw. Penthouse at the top with the clear view. Oh, look, I don't like your energy, I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake, Tennessee. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake, Tennessee. Let's go. You not my kind, I know kidding me. Heard you told my girl about all of them that's DMing me. Why they hogging up the recipe? Heard they talking like I can't let Ken Wallace get ahead of me. Know your heart full of jealousy. All that acting tough, damn, this must be a parody. Okay, 1-on-1 ain't no comparing me. Okay, wait, 2-on-2, that's like 4 they be sharing me. Okay, they working like the red dude, red got them going. That's what I'm into. Yeah, if I'm in it, then I own it, not a rental. No, I've been plotting on the lamb and the Benz cool. Yeah, I don't like your energy. I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake, Tennessee. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play. All these penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. I just scraped it off the top. Cut it out the room, out the earth, out the love. I was already sold, I don't worry about 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, the mental line. Whenever she calls, you know what I do. I'm moving with a two, I paid it in the full.
Yeah, tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket coupe, one for me and one for you. Yeah, like with the roof. The chain don't cut me loose. Yeah, I'm off the chain, I'm off the loose. Yeah, get them kicked off in the
For telling lies. You mean it's not your fault? What do you mean it's not your fault?
Watch the dirty money run. I see on this count cause I'm on yeah, this bigger than a damn price. Come up, he said, get that fuck like a boogie. I like riches, hit like noogies. You scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody.
I just scraped it off the top. Cut it out the road, out the earth, out the love. I was already sold, I don't worry about 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, the mental line. Whenever she calls, you know what I gotta do. I'm moving with a two, I paid it in the full.
New toys, convoy, 100 carats on my neck, my boy. Got 100 bunny rabbits tryna get my boy. From the cabbage I collect, my boy. These gorillas, let me check, my boy. Say nothing silly, you regret, my boy. Cause we got banana on the my boy. And I can send it in the text, my boy. Thumbs up or the emoji with the flex, my boy. Personalize every threat, my boy. Toll free, that's direct, my boy. If you need a couple, I'm the connect, my boy. Off the top.
I just scraped it off the top. Cut it out the road, out the earth, out the love. I was already sold, I don't worry about 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, the mental line. Whenever she calls, you know what I gotta do. I'm moving with a two, I paid it in the full.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call hit boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, child take 9. Go and shut up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause go ultimatum. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Real tone, flow sinister. I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers. I'm inventing them. Enemies, I'm the enema. I'ma shit on them just like my keys drop my on the dinner work. My thoughts I keep confidential. It's consequential. Philosophies unidentical. I'm not into you. My Siamese brother Benjamin. That's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all BBs. I call them biblical. Skating underneath the bridge. Stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids. Ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins. I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid. 800, eat a
yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call hit boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my
When I'm in my zone and get it going, Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh, no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear it down, tear it down. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating, it's a party, one kind of time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Bills, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing now is Allen. Dancing to his left. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open. I think the quarterback spotted him too late, and that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Tua going to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit, because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They'll get 19 yards there, and the Dolphins are going to get a first down. Looking to pass. Tua. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Sanders' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll go again to Jones. They find some open field here. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. He finds his man, complete. It's Moss. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. The Bills sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now Allen. of the backfield. This is Aaron Jones. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing. They go for big yardage, and here they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now Allen. The left side caught by Diggs. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Diggs going in motion right. They go back to the ground with Jones. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Jones will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Next report by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bills are going to take possession of the football. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Had 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The kick by Bass is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. An inside give to Jones. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Allen going to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. Then he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. The drive will start with an option going left. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Allen. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Allen now looks to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it. But it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They're going for it with the option right. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Kellen Mond, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away. Pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters, but in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Allen. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Allen. Touchdown,
Dawson Knox as the first half is winding down. And the Bills will extend their lead here just before halftime. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught at the 5. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about... He's tackled at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
They do go for it. It's Tagovailoa, forced out to his left. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. He will have the conversion and more than that. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Out to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Mond. They're going for it. Steps away to his left. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he's going to have the Bills 1st down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. Now Mond. And a quick throw here that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Mond. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Mond's throw going to be caught by McKenzie. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Mond to the air on 1st and 10. He'll get this out wide to Penny. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Mond looks to throw. And it's caught. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Mond going to throw it. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. From a yard out. And the Bills have opened the lead up to 30. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, Let's just say it's been unusual.
Tua now on first down. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua buying time to his left. And then he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And they'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Tua on 4th down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. They go play action here. Mon. He'll buy some time right. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Tua sets up to pass it. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Flush to his right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, you know me. Whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Third and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Mon now off of play action. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to...
And now here is another interception. Nick Needham picks it off, and the Bills are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Tagovailoa, and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. He'll throw from the gun. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And going deep for Hill. And it'll be intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. Shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On 1st down, here's Mon. Rifles one incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Mon looks to throw on 1st down. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end, Parham. Touchdown! Donald Parham from 13 yards out. And the Bills are closing in on a 3rd straight win. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays and harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, it has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Ready, play. Hurry, hurry.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the on their way with the football. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mond. Touchdown, Bills. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bills add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he fires one incomplete.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Out to the right here to Wilson. So no gain on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, here's Mond. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd, here's an option play right. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
On 4th down, Mond. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Javon Holland.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Taken at about the 1.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Nick Needham picks it off. The 20, 10,
and the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Extra point up and good by Sanders as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. From the 35 on 2nd down. Mon being chased out left. And this one's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now Mon.
Dancing to his left. Caught right side, Davis. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Mon to the air on 1st and 10. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Here's Mon. They're going for it. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Mon going to throw it. Wide open receiver, complete. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest. They kind of